That's right, with John Wick Chapter 2 out in the US this week, I thought it'd be a good idea to talk about the first John Wick, but in order to do that, I'm going to need a little bit of help. That's why in this video, I'm collaborating with Patrick Beatty to do a review for John Wick. I'm going to go first and Patrick's going to go second, and yeah, going to talk about some John Wick, so let's do this. What more can be said about John Wick that hasn't already been said? It's a very simple story, but the execution is just so badass. It's funny because when I describe this film to people, they're like, really? He goes after people for killing his dog? That's just stupid. And when I first heard about the film, I thought the same thing as well. I was like, really? Keanu Reeves, his dog gets killed, so he goes on a killing spree? Yeah, no. But then I saw the film, and holy crap, I was wrong. Because at the start, when he gets the dog and he's reading the note from his wife because it's the last gift from his dying wife, and he's all crying and breaking down, which was actually quite a good scene for Keanu Reeves to show a little bit of his emotional side, I was just like, oh. So then when the douchebags break into his house and then kill his dog, you're like, okay, you guys need to die, like right now. Because not only is it the last gift from John Wick's dying wife, it is also an adorable ass dog. I mean, come on, if you had that dog and someone broke into your house and stomped its head into the ground, would you not go on a murdering spree? Probably not, but you'd want to. So John Wick sets out for his revenge, and then we have a badass action movie. But a badass action movie with really great mythology to it. Rewatching this film for this video, I had forgotten exactly how much lore and mythology this film sets up. The whole interconnected community of hitmen who all know each other. John Wick has his big reputation as being the boogeyman, as in the guy who you send to kill the boogeyman, metaphorically. When John Wick wipes out all those guys at the start, the cleanup crew come in, they sweep up all the bodies, sweep up all the blood like nothing ever happened. And then of course you have the Continental Hotel, which is pretty much the hitman's hotel. The hitmen can go there when they're doing some business, but they can't do business on the Continental grounds. The people who work at the hotel know of the work, they get slips and gold coins. They even have a doctor there to heal up the hitmen when they get injured. The mythology this film sets up is really fascinating, and it's really well thought out as well, and I can't wait to see it expanded in John Wick 2. Which is another thing I love about this film. I like the fact that the filmmakers didn't treat this as some kind of disposable throwaway action movie where they're just like, okay, we got Keanu Reeves, let's just film it and let's just get it out already, come on, hurry up, nobody cares. It's not like that. They actually cared about this film. They actually put some effort into it by having the deep mythology. They actually thought about all the lore that goes into this film, all the interconnected stuff, but also the actual filmmaking itself. Because that's what everyone knows this film for, the badass action sequences in this film. Keanu Reeves does all of his own stunts, he's really committed, which is awesome to see as always. And the action shootouts in this film are insanely entertaining. They're really practical, they're very in camera, they're really well filmed, very well choreographed, and the fact that Keanu Reeves is doing his own stunts in there just adds to the overall believability of it and adds to the badassery of it also. Like I said, very simple premise but awesome execution. Keanu Reeves was great in the movie, it was a really good return to form for him. The mythology in this film is so deep, it's so well thought out, it's so interesting, it's fascinating. It's a great looking movie, it's a badass action movie with great action sequences that are all well filmed. John Wick is a complete blast of an action movie. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. So now I go over to Patrick for his review of John Wick. Patrick, take it away.
Hey Jack, thank you so much for letting me be back on your channel to talk about John Wick! That was my Keanu Reeves impression. Sorry. The story for John Wick is pretty simple. This is a revenge story about a guy getting his revenge on someone murdering his dog. And in the vein of all of the classic action movies before John Wick, this movie is balls out, action-packed, and thrilling. Let me explain. They were able to make a simple and elegant story where every moment in this movie matters. Even when the film swings into ass-kicking, amazeballs, fantasticism, that's not a word. It serves the story and it moves the plot forward. It's not unnecessary. And Keanu Reeves is John Wick. Oh, Jesus Christ. This guy is every main character in a video game after you've entered every cheat imaginable. Headshot after headshot after headshot. As well as a compelling backstory that immediately sucks you in and makes you empathize with the character, understand where he's coming from, and want him to get his revenge. And did I mention the fight choreography? 'Cause it's amazing. These guys were so impressive to Hollywood that Marvel even hired them to consult and collaborate with the Russo brothers on that airport scene in Captain America Civil War. Not only that, Fox and Ryan Reynolds personally sought out these guys to helm the sequel to Deadpool. Need I say more? With really good movies like John Wick, it's hard to point out some of the flaws with it. However, with John Wick, I feel like where they lag a little bit is mostly in its music. John Wick is such a cool character and could be expanded to be such an even cooler character. I was hoping that maybe we would have some type of theme song, much like James Bond having his own theme song, Indiana Jones having his own theme song. Hell, Jimmy Neutron had his own theme song. As well, I'm not sure if this was my Blu-ray that was more of the issue or the settings on my TV, but when there were dialogue scenes where it was just speaking, it was so difficult to hear. Maybe that was different in the theaters, however in the Blu-ray they really messed up on their sound mixing. When the quieter moments were there, they were too quiet where I couldn't hear them, and then when the action pieces came on, they were just the loudest you could possibly think of. There's a time and place for that type of difference of volume range. I don't think necessarily you should do that throughout the entire movie. Overall, I had so much fun watching this movie. I'm going to give John Wick a 9.5 out of 10. Guys, go check it out if you haven't. Make sure to check out John Wick Chapter 2. That's going to be coming next week for the UK over on Jack's side of the... across the pond. Sorry. Jack, thank you again so much for letting me be on your channel to talk about this movie. Can't wait to collab again soon, and I will see you at the next review.
Thanks very much, Patrick, for your input on John Wick. Thanks for joining me in this video talking about John Wick. As by the way, if you haven't subscribed to Patrick already, what on earth are you doing with yourself? Go and subscribe to Patrick. He does great videos, really good in-depth reviews. Go and subscribe to Patrick right now. So once again, thanks for watching the video, guys. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think of John Wick? And if you want to see more of my stuff, click on one of these, and I'll see you in the next video.